Okay, so we are live and recording. Good evening, good morning, hello from wherever you are Zooming in from. My name is Megan Gallagher, and I am one of the advisors in the Office of Undergraduate Biology that you're going to get the opportunity to work with. I am the person who has been sending you those 3 emails that you have been reading over the last 3 weeks. So we are beyond thrilled to be able to connect with all 87 of you who are in this session this evening. So thank you so much for taking time out of your summer to come together as, our intro biosci community and get excited and get enthusiastic about your opportunity for when you arrive here in the fall semester in August. So as you probably read, we have 3 of these Zoom summer socials throughout the summer. And tonight's topic, we are going to focus on just a welcome to the major, an overview of advising, and we have some really amazing speakers who are going to talk to you a little bit about the major too. All right. So again, welcome. This is our agenda for this evening. Intros, we're going to have some conversations about all of the amazing resources, advising resources that you have as biological sciences majors, because you have a lot of support from the advising staff across not only our office, but your college offices as well. We're going to give you a brief overview of the biosci major. And then we're going to break up into 4 small groups because we have some amazing upper class students who are going to chat with you this evening. And that'll be a really great opportunity for you to ask your questions. So if you are hearing some things as we're sort of moving through these slides that you want to make sure that you have the opportunity to ask, feel free to save those questions for those small groups. And there'll be other opportunities that I can tell you about too, where you can post some questions. And then we'll come back together as a group and we'll have a couple reminders that will get you through at least the next month and a half to get you ready for pre-enrollment and just other opportunities to connect with our office. Okay, so a couple just housekeeping items for today's session. Again, please place yourself on mute. We suggest that you watch this. I mean, I'm sure you're probably all just very used to Zoom at this point, but as I'm sure you know, it's much easier to follow a presentation like this if you have it in speaker view. So if that's more comfortable, or if you feel like that's a better way to sort of view the session, you can go right up in the corner and you can switch to speaker view so you can see whoever's speaking, because there's 92 of us on this call this evening, which is just amazing. We encourage you to have your cameras turned on if that feels like it's comfortable for you. It's just nice to be able to see faces, especially when we break up into our small groups and you're meeting with some upper class students and you're in a little smaller setting. It'd be great if you feel comfortable enough to have your camera turned on so they can see your faces. This session is being recorded, so hello to our friends who are watching it in the future. And if for anybody who's on the call this evening, you'd like to review this maybe at a later date, or you wanted to just check in on something that you knew was mentioned, we're going to place this on our first year advising page. So hopefully you've already been out there already. We have a couple of the recordings out there, but you'll be able to find this recording there as well. And if you have any questions that maybe you're not as comfortable posing in a group, or you don't want to ask in tonight's session, we encourage you to send any questions to the bioadvising mailbox. You'll see that listed down there as well. Okay, so those are just our housekeeping things and we'll get into it. So I am joined by our amazing colleagues and individuals in the Office of Undergraduate Biology, and I wanted to turn it over to them so that they had the opportunity to introduce themselves. So Beth, I'll turn it over to you.
Great, thanks, Megan. Welcome everybody, and let me be one of many people that are gonna send a heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you for being accepted to Cornell. And we're always excited to welcome new students, but I can say that we have unmatched enthusiasm knowing that we're going to be able to welcome you face-to-face on campus in August after the last year and a half that every one of us and all of you all around the world have endured. So as Megan said, I'm Beth Holland. I'm the Director of Advising and Operations. So I oversee the day-to-day happenings in the Office of Undergraduate Biology and lead a team of 7 fabulous colleagues. And we support about 1,300 students in the biological sciences major that span both arts and sciences and the College of Ag and Life Sciences. And really, if you think of us as the hub of the wheel, our primary goal is to help support you on this journey known as your undergraduate experience. And while our primary focus will be on your academic experience and your co-curricular experience, if you take nothing away from tonight's presentation, just know that you have a team of people that you'll learn a little bit more about here in a minute, supporting you throughout this experience. And first and foremost among that group are student advisors. And so I'm going to turn it over to Zihang to introduce himself, one of our fabulous student advisors.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Zihang. I'm a rising junior in the College of Arts and Sciences, and I'm from West Windsor, New Jersey. I'm concentrating in general biology, and I would say my favorite intro class I took as a freshman is probably Intro to Cellular Biology. And on campus, I'm involved with the Cornell iGEM project team.
Hi everyone, congratulations on being accepted to Cornell. It's so lovely to see all of you. I'm Victoria. I'm in the College of Arts and Sciences and I'm concentrating in neurobiology and behavior. And I'm from Seattle, Washington. And one really fun class that I took as a freshman was Music 1421, which is Introduction to Computer Music. That was a very fun class to take. And one thing I'm involved with on campus is I'm a committee chair of the Cornell Undergraduate Research Board. And I'll turn it over to Katie.
Hi everyone, I'm Katie O'Hare. I'm a rising senior in CALS. I'm concentrating in molecular and cellular biology. I'm from Buffalo, New York. My favorite intro class I took as a freshman is Bio 1350 Intro to Cellular Biology. And one thing on campus I'm involved in is I'm a lifeguard.
Hi everyone, my name's Jack. I am a rising senior, which is really weird to say. It feels like yesterday I was sitting in your shoes, listening to student advisors talk, thinking about how far away that is, but it really does fly. I am concentrating in microbiology. I'm from Cazenovia, New York, which is a suburb of Syracuse, so pretty close to campus. I think I'll go a little non-traditional for my favorite class. I bowling, which is a PE class that's offered. You'll have to take 2 of those, but definitely recommend bowling. It's really fun and it's a really good way to meet new people. And something that I do on campus is I'm the captain and the treasurer for the club hockey team. So if we have any hockey players out there, make sure to find my email and send me one.
Great. Thanks, everybody. And again, my name's Megan. I am one of the advisors in the Office of Undergraduate Biology, and I get to work with these amazing people every day. So I'm extremely lucky. So we want to know a little bit more about you. So we are going to put a poll out there, and the poll is anonymous. So we're not going to know who answers the questions. And we have 3 questions for you. So our first question is, we're just asking where you're zooming in from. The second question is going to be what college you're from. And the third question is going to be what class you are most looking forward to taking this fall semester. So we're going to launch it. We'll give you about 30 seconds or so. It shouldn't take super long. And it's just a nice opportunity to see where the 100 of you are coming from this evening. Hopefully you could see that there. Great. A little over halfway. We'll give you about 15 more seconds.
I did.
Oh, good.
Should I?
All right, so it looks like everyone has participated, so I really appreciate it. I'm going to end our poll and I'm going to share our results. Hopefully everybody can see that there. So it looks like we have a mix of people coming from the Northeast and the West Coast. about 9 people calling from the Midwest and about 10 from the South, a couple international. So thanks to everybody who's calling from probably a very crazy time zone. Appreciate that. We have about 38% people from CALS and about 62 from Arts and Sciences. And as I presumed, lots of enthusiasm for intro biology, as I'm assuming that you have all picked the right major, but lots of like great chemistry, and we have some math and evolutionary bio. FWSs are great courses. College distribution, it looks like some people are taking Jack's advice. A PE course is exciting. So awesome. Thanks so much for playing along. All right. So I am going to kick things over to Beth, and she is going to talk a little bit more about the amazing advising structure that you all get to have as a student in the biological sciences major.
Thanks, Megan. So yeah, I just want to take a few minutes to orient you to what we sort of refer to as your advising team as a first-year student in the biological sciences major, or for those of you from the College of Arts and Sciences, while you haven't officially declared your major, you've indicated either through your admissions application or more recent confirmation to Arts and Sciences that your primary interest is in biology. And so really what the OUB is, and it precedes me, it's a really unparalleled opportunity for students to be supported through their academic experience on campus, because there's a whole team of us, along with our student advisors, close to 300 faculty who will work to support you along with your college student services or advising deans to support your academic experience. So as you can see, you are at the center of this experience. And so regardless of who you're getting advice and guidance from during your experience, it's really important that each and every one of us are really there to support you and your interests, help you address your challenges, celebrate your victories, help you explore your interests. We really put you at the center of our advising. You're going to hear a little bit about how flexible our curriculum is, and a lot of that is designed with the student in mind. So you're going to have 4 key resources for advising this first year. First and foremost are your student advisors, and you've just heard introductions from 4 of them. We have a team of close to 60 student advisors who work in small groups of students and are paired with a faculty advisor to support you during your first year. So between now and pre-enroll and before you land on campus, your primary contact is going to be your student advisor. Once you arrive on campus, you're going to have a chance to meet your faculty advisor and do a joint session with your student advisor. And the 2 of them, your faculty advisor and student advisor, are really going to step you through your first semester on campus. There's going to be a lot of contact, a lot of what we refer to as intrusive advising, meaning we want to pull you into the safety net and make sure that if you're having any challenges, if you have any questions, if you have things you want to get involved with, you know exactly how to get connected with things. Around that is the Office of Undergraduate Biology. So there's myself, Megan, and we have 2 other staff colleagues, and the 4 of us work together to support our undergraduate students throughout their 4 years at Cornell. We're there to support your academic endeavors, your co-curricular interests, any personal challenges that you have, help you think about what you may want to do with your biology degree when you graduate. Think about any complementary academic experiences you want to have, whether that comes in the form of, a second major or a minor or just a subset of courses that are of particular interest to you that you want to focus on. So we're really there to help you maximize your academic and co-curricular experience on campus. And then a 4th hub of this advising wheel that is really critical, and likely you have already heard from these folks. If you're in arts and sciences, they're known as advising deans, and each of you are going to be assigned to a specific advising dean, and that person is going to support you throughout your 4 years at Cornell. If you're in the College of Ag and Life Sciences, there's a team of student services folks. And you won't be assigned necessarily an individual student services advisor, but you can go in and see them anytime to talk about things. And what differentiates your college advising resources from your student advisor, faculty advisor, and OUB advisor is they're going to focus primarily on your college level requirements, college policies, college requirements. Whereas those of us in the Office of Undergraduate Biology, and certainly your student advisors and your faculty advisors, we're going to provide you with a more holistic experience and tend to focus more on major requirements. But we work really well together. We coordinate, we talk all the time. And at the end of the day, you should be able to go to anybody sitting in any of these circles. And if he or she can't help you, they will know exactly who to refer you to and put you in touch with that person to get the information you need or get your question answered.
Great. Thanks, Beth. Okay, so I am going to talk to you this evening a little bit about the biological sciences major. And so when we talk about the biological sciences major itself, we talk about courses in terms of two types of courses. We talk about foundation requirements and concentration requirements. So that's where I'm going to begin and chat a little bit about our foundation requirements. So hopefully you've seen our first year planning guide and you've had the opportunity to take a look at, some of the sets of slides that talk a little bit more in depth about the courses, what exactly all of them mean, how you have to take them. We even go over a couple examples of, maybe potentially how to sequence your courses. But the foundation requirements are these courses that are listed here below. And students take these courses during the duration of their time in the biological sciences major. So I can understand where students potentially might see all of these courses and your eyes might get really big and you might say, what do you mean I have to take all of these courses? It seems like quite a bit. And we tell students, like, these are the classes that you have to take over the 8 semesters, the 4 years that you're here. So no need to feel like you have to take all of these courses or get them done in a really quick time frame. You actually get to space them out over 8 semesters, which is great. The courses that are highlighted here in yellow are typically coursework that our students take at least within the first 4 semesters that they're on campus. So our students are required to take a full year of introductory biology courses where you have some options. So hopefully you've seen the different options that you can take. Our students take a semester of the investigative biology laboratory course, 1 to 2 semesters of general chemistry, a semester of calculus plus an additional math course, and 1 semester of evolutionary biology. So we have those highlighted because students come to us at various different places, right? So students might feel extremely comfortable taking, 2 to 2.5 STEM science math courses a semester, or potentially people come to us with different levels of AP credit, or students might come to us with the thinking that they might want to not take a heavy course load transitioning in, or they might want to take a heavy course load transitioning in. So we like to say that the biological sciences major is extremely flexible. So it's really important for you when you're sitting down to think about planning your courses and talking with your student advisor over the next few weeks to think about building a schedule and focusing on coursework that feels the best for you. So taking some of these courses that we've had highlighted and combining them with the college courses that are, required of you as either a Cal student or an arts and sciences student is really important. So please don't get overwhelmed when you look at this and feel like you have to take all of these things because you definitely have time to do that. And when we break into our small groups, our students are going to go over that a little bit more in depth. So as you're sort of thinking about foundation requirements, one thing that you can put on the back burner a little bit are your concentration requirements. So as a student in the biological sciences major, it's really amazing that you get to choose your own concentration. So we have 14 different concentrations that our students choose from, anywhere from biochemistry to insect biology. There's 14. So that allows you the opportunity to take a specific set of courses that provide a focus in that concentration that you've selected. It's somewhere around 13 to 17 credits. You work with a faculty advisor within that concentration. And, we think it's good to touch on now to know that there is a concentration sort of coming for you, and that you get to choose, but you actually don't choose that concentration until the very end of your freshman year. So we tell students, we really encourage you to sort of focus on the courses that we mentioned in the previous slide in combination with the courses that you have to take for your college, and don't even worry about your concentration because you don't declare that until the end of your freshman year. We definitely put the link down there on this slide so that you can kind of check them all out and you get comfortable with maybe identifying a few that you might be interested in. And it's also really fun to be able to see the courses that you're going to get to take. So what are those, some of those upper level, really interesting courses that you get the opportunity to take, you know, as upper class students? Sometimes students see those and light bulbs go off and they get all sort of excited about the opportunities of just the amazing plethora of courses that you can take as a student. So if you're feeling like you need to get a little bit excited, I encourage you to make sure you take a look at those too. So we put some resources on this slide, and you can use your phone to scan these QR codes if that's helpful to you. And we also put the links on here as well. And again, you can review this PowerPoint presentation. Hopefully at the end of this week, we'll have it on our webpage. But these are 3 resources that students use pretty consistently to make sure that they know more about the major and that they understand the requirements. So the first one is just the OUB webpage, and with the exact link that goes out to the major, and it goes into each requirement of the major, and it gives an overview and a little bit more in-depth information about the course, how many credits it is, when it's taught in the fall or the spring, if there's any prerequisites for the coursework. So you can find that information out there. If you haven't checked out our first year planning guide, I highly encourage you to get yourself familiar with that. There's also some really amazing videos that are on one of the sets of slides where it talks about every single one of the introductory biology courses, and there's 2 videos up there for general chemistry. So you can watch those videos and sort of get a flavor and a feel for what those courses are going to look like for when you take them. And then we also have a link to our concentration checklist. So those talk a little bit more about the 14 different concentrations and the cool courses that you get to take. So maybe check those out if you have some spare time on your hands this summer, but definitely make sure you're familiar with the top 2 links. Okay, so this is the part of the presentation where you are going to be able to connect with our amazing upper class student advisors. So what we've done is we have broken up our group into 4 different small group sessions, and they have some questions to get you started, but it's really an opportunity for you to ask some questions of these students who have been there, taken the courses, walked in your shoes, done the transition. So feel free during these small group sessions to either unmute yourself and ask a question or to type a question in the chat. And each one of our 4 student advisors is definitely available to answer those questions. So you'll spend a little bit of time together, and then I'll make an announcement. You'll all come back together as a group. We'll give you a couple more reminders, and then we'll happily send you on your way. So. All right, give me 1 second. I'm just going to open out all these breakout rooms, and I hope you all have great conversations with your student advisors who were just amazing and excellent representatives of our major. So I'm going to open those rooms right now. And you should be able to join at the bottom of your screen. Perfect. We'll hang out here if you have any questions. We'll help you get into a space if you're having a hard time.
And there they went.
Okay, perfect. Everybody looks like they're in, right?
Yeah, everybody looks like they're in.
Yay.
Cool.
Great, that worked out. I was a little nervous that I was going to miss somebody because some people were coming in
Yeah.
and out.
Great turnout. Yeah.
Yeah, we had, I think, 100 at one point. We're down to, I think, 90, 96. Perfect. Yeah. Thanks for joining. I know you've had some late evenings. How did the one last night go for cows? Oh, yeah, we're great. Hold on, let me 1 second.
It was good.
Good. Let me pause. Recording. Okay. And we're going to close. So they have time to come back.
Welcome back.
Looks like a couple rooms are still trickling in. Hi, everybody. Mandy, I remember you from the other day. Hello, it's nice to see you. Long Island, right?
Yep.
All right, so we'll give folks, they have 20 seconds to get back, so. Means people were having good conversations, so. Thanks, everybody. Okay, I think everybody is back and I see cameras on. It's nice to see so many faces. So thanks, everybody. Student advisors, thanks so much for facilitating those small conversations. And if you don't mind just hanging on for a couple minutes after the session, that would be great. So hopefully you had some really nice conversations and you got to hear just a little snippet of information from some upper class students. You know, if you have any questions that weren't answered or you would like for us to potentially send a question their way, you can send it to bioadvising and we're happy to answer the question on behalf, or if they're comfortable, we can send them the question as well. So just a couple reminders. And it looks like Beth, thank you so much for putting in the chat. She put the bioadvising email address. So any questions that you have, you can send that way. Thanks, Beth. So a couple of reminders. So we have 2 more remaining Zoom summer social dates. So July 7th will be next Wednesday. We'll physically go into like the student center system and you'll be able to see how to actually physically put your classes in there and register in towards the middle of July. So that's a really great session if you could attend. Again, that one will be recorded. So if you have a conflict for any reason, don't feel like you're not going to miss out. We'll make sure that we have that recorded for you and we'll save it on the same webpage so you can see it. And then our August 4th session will be our last summer social. And we are hosting what we call Biology is Everywhere, where it's a conversation about the different approaches to studying biology and specifically the biological sciences major. So we'll talk about different courses. We'll talk about things you can get involved in on campus, whether that be research or, a breadth of opportunities that you can get involved in on and off campus. We're hoping to have some current students, potentially some alumni have conversations. So we'll focus on, also sort of maybe potentially what happens after you graduate. What are the different types of employment opportunities that you can get involved in? So we hope we have a great turnout as well for our two left. Quick reminder too, pre-enrollment dates are July 12th through the 16th. That system is open for 24 hours throughout that entire time piece. So you really just need to carve out some time, hopefully earlier, like closer towards the 12th timeline, as you've probably heard and had conversation with student advisors. Once things open at 9 a.m. Eastern time, courses, students are enrolling. So we encourage you to, carve out some time early in the week to make sure that you get some pre-enrollment time to schedule your classes. But again, that sort of is open 24 hours all the way up until the 16th, where it closes at 4:30 p.m. So make sure you set some time up, make sure you have really good Wi-Fi so that you can do that. And then just make sure you're plugging away at your to-do checklist that through new student programs. So you make sure that you're getting all the stuff done that you need to do in order to come in August. And we are so very much looking forward to seeing students on campus and welcoming you. And we'll continue our weekly emails throughout the summer. You're going to get some more information and specifically more information about our orientation. So physically getting to campus and what it looks like for biological sciences major and ways to interact with our office. So thank you so much for taking time this evening or this morning, wherever you're calling from. We're really excited to be working with you. We hope to see you again in July and again in August. And if you have any questions, please send them to bioadvising and student advisors if you don't mind hanging on. And everybody have a really great evening. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining
Thanks.
us. Email us with